President William Ruto has challenged East African leaders to work towards eliminating trade barriers that inhibit free trade and movement of goods and services within the region.
Well, the president, speaking during Uganda's 60th Independence Day celebrations in Kampala, says the region's economic growth will be spurred if the region's citizens are allowed to move and trade freely. Brenda Wanga with more.
President William Ruto joined other leaders from the region and the continent at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala during Uganda's 60th Independence Day celebrations. The event, a scaled-down one due to the outbreak of Ebola in the country, saw leaders congratulate Uganda on the achievement of the milestone. Kenya's William Ruto taking the opportunity to push for greater cooperation amongst the East African countries.
Your Excellency, as our elder, President Museveni, you have the challenge to lead the charge on ensuring that we bring down the boundaries and the borders and the barriers so that we can have a borderless East Africa community.
Sentiments shared by Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni.
Why block East African products and open our markets for subsidized goods from Europe, China, Brazil, etc.? Those should be the ones to be blocked because they are unfairly selling in our market. Foreign governments subsidized goods versus our unsubsidized goods. If you allow subsidized Brazilian products to kill the market for Uganda's sugar in East Africa, what return benefits will East Africa get from Brazil? What does Brazil give you in return?
President Ruto pushing for the removal of non-tariff trade barriers currently prevailing at the borders of the East African countries.
It is our place as leaders and as citizens of the East Africa region for us to work together so that we can transform our borders, which today stand out as barriers, and convert them to bridges so that goods, services, and people can move across this East Africa without any impediments.
At the same time, the president asked the governments of the East African community to exploit the natural resources to spur the manufacturing sector that will not only help the countries save money that would have been used in the importation of things like fertilizer and cement, but also create jobs for the people of the communities.
While we have the raw material for us to manufacture that fertilizer and save ourselves foreign exchange and create opportunity for jobs while we manufacture fertilizer for our own use in this region.
The external parasite groups are always interested in perpetuating that hemorrhage of resources and development energies from Africa to other places. What is most infuriating, however, are the comprador bourgeoisie, agents of foreign interests in Africa, who do two things. First of all, they oppose our value addition efforts so as to frustrate our industrialization efforts. Secondly, they are always importing everything from outside, including trivialities like dead people's hair.
Ruto's sentiments come in the wake of what has been strained operations at the borders of Kenya and Uganda concerning movements of trucks, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The two countries have since initiated and are implementing protocols that ease this movement. The president also calling upon businesses domiciled within the EAC to take advantage of the infrastructure in the community.
Our entrepreneurs, our business people, the investor community in our region to take advantage of the infrastructure provided by the EAC and the ACFTA to transform our region. There is absolutely no reason why food cannot be available in our region. If there is food in Uganda, it should find its way to Kenya. If there is opportunity in Kenya, Ugandans should be able to access that opportunity.
At the celebrations, the Ugandan president congratulated President William Ruto for his recent election victory and pledged that the two countries would continue to work together for the betterment of the EAC. Already, the trade ministers from the two countries have been tasked to work together within the framework of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement to redouble volume of trade within the region. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.